I'm in Schenectady, New York. This is a really interesting church. It looks old, but I wonder if it's not that old. I saw some people going in. They must be having a service. It's a Sunday morning, like 10:45. This is right by the campus of Union College, where a good friend of mine who I worked with went to school. And I never put two and two together that Union College was in. We were at Union Street and Union Avenue at Union College. Everything's Union here. But I never put two and two together that Union College was in Schenectady, and where Schenectady is in relationship to Albany. I just knew it was upstate New York. So they have a really interesting building down here I want to take a look at. I was going to drive in, but I didn't know if you were allowed. So I parked over just outside the campus. And I'm always looking for historical architecture, and I wasn't finding much when I first got off the New York State Thruway. This looks like a fraternity or a sorority. It might be, or it might not be. So I usually don't like turning my videos into college tours, but so far this is the most interesting architecture I've seen, all in one place on the Union College campus. Beautiful building there. When I was doing some background reading, I think I read that Union College is the first non-sectarian private university in the U.S. First or second. It's like 3 different religions, I believe all Protestant, got together and said, let's have a college together, which was a novel concept back in the 1800s. Admissions office. So let me film a little bit when I get a little bit closer here. Unless there be no mistake where we are, we're at Union College. So here's the layout of the campus. And I've got this bus making a lot of noise right behind me, but this is the Knott Memorial Building. What a piece of architecture. So when you look up points of interest in Schenectady, this comes up at the top of the list. And I'm seeing it as like the first thing that I'm seeing in Schenectady. So ornate, a lot of stained glass. So I'll just take you on a quick little look-see of the campus as we walk around the Knott building. Very nice. I keep seeing flags flying half-staff today. I'll have to look up why they all are. It's the same on all sides. Beautiful building. Here in the Union College campus. Let me just give you a little flavor of the residential area near Union College.
At the stop sign, turn right onto Union Street.
Alright, the Google lady is taking me to the Schenectady train station.
Continue on Union Street for 3/4 of a mile.
This is what I think is part of downtown Schenectady.
In 800 feet, turn left onto Erie Boulevard.
Station here. Looks nice. Here's some of the buildings around. We'll go in and take a look. So here we are. I had seen pictures of this station. I didn't think it'd be as nice as it is. They did a nice job of building a historic looking station. This replaced a terrible looking kind of Dollar General type station that was popular in the 70s. So they've gone back to the historical style. So let's walk in and go up to the platform. I don't want you to go up there if you don't have a ticket. Here's the interior of the station. I waited for people to leave. They're all have gone up to get their train. The Maple Leaf, which is an hour late. Headed for Toronto. Schenectady was a big General Electric town. It's very nice. Well, I didn't want to go up on the platform because they had those signs that said only ticketed passengers can go up there, but we'll still wait for the train to come into the station. I think it's due in like 5 to 10 minutes. There's a nice waiting area up there on the platform level. See what this historical sign says down here. So Mr. Edison had a machine works plant here, and he came here in 1892. It showed his home in West Orange, New Jersey, in another video. So they have a connection with their bus system here. I was hoping for like a stairway up to the platform, like a back way, but they do not have one. Like almost like a French style canopy for what you would see in Paris for their subway system, but here it's just a little canopy to cover the walkway up to the stairway. Some of the surrounding area. We're on State Street. It's a Sunday morning, so it's not going to be really happening. We've got a movie theater over here. Nice historical area. Another place called the Edison, which I crossed the street in order to see. Wedding and event venue now. The abutments here are really eroded away. Not to mention, maybe that's an old wood platform that's caving in. Cool restaurant here, right by the train. You walk underneath the trestle. Ooh, the train just pulled in. The Maple Leaf. Near the train station. We'll wait for it to pull out here. Alright, he's gonna take off now. Headed for Albany. Another nice pub restaurant right by the train station. Got your choices here. Just looking at the train board here. See when the next trains are coming. The next train's going to Montreal. This is definitely an international type station. All cool places to go to. But I will say, since train travel does take longer, than other forms of transportation, it's really important that you run the service on time. So when it's already a long trip and then the train is an hour late, that is not good. But great job on the station here in Schenectady. I'll show what their old station used to look like, and you will definitely see the improvement here in Schenectady. This just shows the original train station in Schenectady for the New York Central and Hudson River Railroad Union Station, built in 1908, and it was demolished in 1971 for a parking lot. And this is what they replaced it with 8 years later. One of these standard issue cookie cutter Dollar General type stations. And I don't know how long it took everybody to realize the folly of their ways, that this was such a come down from the previous station was there. But it lasted for almost 4 decades, and then it too was thankfully demolished in favor of the station that is there now. A much better improvement. And this is a view from the platform level, which I didn't go up to, but this picture was taken from the platform at night. Very good looking station now. So I also just wanted to add that the trains coming in and out of the station, it confused me at first, and then I had to stare at the map to figure out why trains going to the left as I faced the station were in fact going to curve around and go back to Toronto to the west. So they first start off heading east, and then they curve around and go back west. And the opposite is true when you go down to Albany and New York City. You're going to go west a little bit first, and then you're going to curve around and go south. And then the train to Montreal, which also leaves from Schenectady, it breaks apart from the tracks that go to Toronto pretty soon after you go through Schenectady to the east, and then it goes north up to Montreal. So yeah, the line between Albany and Toronto kind of does a S-curve as it goes through Schenectady. So that's the solution to the riddle. They're doing some renovation of the historic buildings next to the station, which is good. Taking a little detour here. I saw a sign for the...
west on Erie Street toward South Ferry Street, then turn left onto South Ferry Street.
Saw a
At the
sign.
stop sign, turn left onto South Ferry Street, then turn right onto Erie Boulevard.
Don't mind her, I'm going to make a right here. I think I can make a right. Yes. Really interesting apartment complex here. It looks like it's got a brewery on the main level. Pretty cool. And I don't know what that big brick building is over there. It looked very significant. So I saw a sign for the theater, live theater, and we'll see if we can find it right here. Really a cool district. Nice historic district. I don't know if I'm on the block where the theater is, but we'll see. Otherwise we'll turn around and go the other way.
At the light, turn right onto Erie Boulevard.
We're going to try going around the other way.
In 800 feet, turn left onto Washington Avenue.
Frog Alley Brewing Company. Look at this, it's a whole big complex. Wow, it's almost like New Orleans. Hip and trendy district. I might not ever find that Proctor's Theater though.
At the light, turn left onto Washington Avenue.
Look at that building. So that's now a community college? I wonder what it was originally. Schenectady County Community College.
On Washington Avenue toward Union Street. Turn right onto Union Street, then turn right onto South Church Street.
Well, she can announce the names of the streets. Really a cool area. Alright, let me squeeze through here. Church. First Reformed Church.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Erie Boulevard.
Okay. Trying to capture the historic nature of this neighborhood. Some beautiful houses here. I'll drive, you watch. Okay. Back to the train station area, and now we're gonna
At the
continue
light, turn
on.
right onto Erie Boulevard.
Historical building that they've added onto and are rebuilding. I just wanted to capture this right across from the train station. Back that way. So General Electric still has plants here. And they call Schenectady likes to call itself the Electric City, but I think that's what Scranton calls itself too, and as well as other cities.